You're listening to Mr. Save a Home, Becoming an Agenteur.
Good day, good people. My name is Navid Moosa, and I'm your host today and always for Mr. Save a Home, Becoming an Agenteur. First-time listeners, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. There's a lot of info out there, yet you want to come here, and thank you. Those who are coming back, thanks for giving us another chance, I guess you could say. So, in this channel, in this cast, we like to get into it right away. We know your time is valuable. We respect it. We appreciate it. So, in that true spirit, let's get into it. We're going to talk about management of money. $1,000 is today's example. If you cannot manage $1,000, how the hell are you going to manage a flip project when you get those proceeds or when you do a wholesale deal? I mean, think about it. If you're struggling to put $1,000 away to save $1,000 up, it's going to be very hard for you to manage a project or to deal with that. And here's why I say that. A lot of people come to me, a lot of newbie investors, newbie agents, even seasoned agents who are going to be newbie investors, who are going to be agenteurs. And they come to me like, hey, I hear, I can get 100% financing on this flip deal, but I talked to a couple lenders, private lenders, and they won't give me any money. And they're just saying, doesn't make sense for them, doesn't make sense, but not being clear. Well, those private lenders are just worried about your feelings most likely. And if they're not being clear, because when I tell people something doesn't make sense, I tell them why it doesn't make sense. So if the numbers make sense on the deal, right? So you're buying it for 10 grand, you're putting 5 grand into it, and the ARV is going to be $50,000. That's like a no-brainer. But if they're telling you it's not good business sense for you right now, whatever, then there's something you're not clearing up for them. Okay? And I can almost guarantee you these people I speak to are probably what you're going to come across, or probably what you may experience yourself, is you don't have experience with managing money, right? You're telling this private lender to give you access to all this cash to do this project, but yet you can't even save up $1,000. Yet you've worked at the same job for 5 years. You have steady income, but yet on your credit report, you have delinquencies and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, well, so-and-so passed away, or well, I had to get this stuff done. My car broke down, and blah, blah, whatever. Okay, those are legitimate expenses, no doubt about it, but you didn't save up for them. Well, I didn't know it was going to happen. So you don't have a rainy day fund? You have an emergency fund? But I bet you if you know this particular car is coming out in about a year or two, you're going to get some down money set aside for that car payment, right? Or I bet you some pair of sneakers was going to be coming out. You're going to be working extra hours putting money aside for those sneakers. I mean, it happens. So you need to understand, if you can't manage $1,000, if you can't manage to save up $1,000, how the hell do you expect someone to come lend you money on a deal? And more importantly than that, even if you did get into the deal and then you got all that money, what are you going to do with that? Just because you do a flip and you get a big, nice check doesn't mean it's payday and you spend all of it. What's your plan? What is your strategy that once it sells, once your project becomes profitable, whether it be a flip, a wholesale, or refinance, whatever, what are you going to do with that money coming back to your pocket? A lot of us don't have that answer. We look at the project and that here's what's going to get us. And we stop right there. That's a huge mistake. You should look at the project. You should look at the dollar figures that's going to potentially yield you. And then you should look at saying, okay, what am I going to do with this? Too many times early on in the investment game, what we'll do is we'll work on the one project, settle on the one project, and enjoy the payout of that project. But we'd enjoy so much and focus on it so much that we have no more projects to do. So we don't have anything else. Now we're like, oh crap, I have this money. And then you go and you spend on some stuff, and then you need another project, but you use all that money, instead of leveraging it to another deal, you've spent that money. You spent it on yourself, on your family, on your friends, and going here and going there and eating here and eating there. And you got shit to show for it, except maybe a couple extra pounds on your belly and some nice clothes. And that's about it. So we talk a lot about mindsets here, right? So that is another mindset. Yes, visualize that the deal you have is going to go through the way it's going to go through. Your property is going to appraise when you refinance it, when you're using the BRR method. Your property is going to appraise for when you get under contract as a flip. This wholesale deal, you're going to find a buyer at this much. You get that quick wholesale assignment fee in there. yes, visualize that, but visualize what you're going to do with the money afterwards. Think about that. And so when you do that, right, when you think about those future things, it can get you excited, right? Because you're like, man, I'm going to flip this property and get 25 grand. Okay, I'm going to put 5 grand. I'm going to take 20% of this 25,000 and put it away for taxes. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Then I'm going to turn around and give 10% to a local charity or to a house of God that I either frequently visit or I don't visit, but I would like them to prosper off this. And that's done now. I got to put some money aside to reinvest, right? That should be getting you excited because now, wow, reinvest. Whoa, look I'm an adult now. I get to say the word reinvest because that's what we're doing here. We're not just creating people to put things up and put things down. We're creating people to lift things up and keep lifting others up and paying it forward and flip, you get that project, then another project, then another project. But you got to be able to manage the money. You got to be able to manage that money. And if you can't, and if you just won't learn to do it, well, then you better get a damn good bookkeeper and CPA. Simple as that. A CPA. Get a legit CPA. 2 things that I do not try to penny pinch on is my accountant and marketing. Those 2 are money well spent. Simple as that. My CPA keeps away from the IRS. All right. So those letters battle those letters. Let them do it if they want to. Right. So you really have to think about this, that if you can't manage $1,000 right now, how the hell are you going to have the confidence to go tell somebody, hey, I have this deal over here. I want to borrow 100% of your money for this deal. But when they want to see your bank statements and see this and see that, they'll say you have nothing in there and they're not going to give you the deal, no matter how good it looks on paper. And you got the boss to get upset? What? Come on now. This person is protecting their investment. That's why they're not giving you the money, because you don't know what the hell to do with your investment. You've proven it. You're their investment. You have a job. You can't put money away. If you can't show that responsibility, it's going to go over. So manage that. Get $1,000 at least. When you get 1,000, go for 2,000. But you got to be able to manage the money you're making now before you're expected to handle or manage a big chunk of change. That's what real estate is, man. You get big chunks of change here and there. So it is what it is. You don't got to like it, but it's the truth. That's all I got for y'all today. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope it gives you a little bit of insight on yourself or maybe someone you know that you can talk about how they can help manage some of their stuff. As always, please like, subscribe, follow, suggest us, all that good stuff there. And today and every day, never chase the money, always chase the deal, do right by the client, and everything else will fall into place. Take care.